Okay. In the next installment of the Make It Make Sense Chronicles, let's talk about Luigi. Because this story is starting to not make sense to me either. And I'm trying to make it make sense, and it's not making any sense. So here you have Luigi. I ain't gonna mess up his last name. I ain't gonna disrespect it like that. Who is was a class valedictorian, came from a prominent Maryland family, upset about his health care. So he went and got a 3D printer, put together a weapon with a silencer, put together a weapon, strategically found this CEO, waited for him outside on a bicycle, took the man out with a silencer, and they caught him in Pennsylvania. They caught him in Pennsylvania with $8,000, $2,000 in foreign currency, and the weapon. This is where you lose me. This man was smart enough to put together a weapon. He was smart enough to know how to James Bond or the whatever to get this man taken out. He's in New York City, outside of Los Angeles, the one other city where you can literally get lost, whether you black or white. You can just go to a neighborhood and mix right on in. Not to mention, NYC has the international transport. With his $8,000, he could have bought a ticket and been anywhere by now. But yet, he winds up in Pennsylvania with the weapon still, because he 5 boroughs, all that lake water, he couldn't, or river water, he couldn't take apart the gun and throw it away. No, he still had it on his person. Canada's right there. He didn't go to Canada. Like I said, he didn't jump on a flight and go to Switzerland or Mexico or somewhere where he can get lost. Italy, I don't know. He could have went somewhere and got lost. One-way ticket, that's all he needed. He just needed to lie low for a while. But he got caught in Altoona, Pennsylvania, with everything on him at a McDonald's. Make it make sense that he thought the process all the way through, and then when it was done, he didn't off himself. He decided to go get a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin and a hash brown. Hopefully he got a steak bagel or something, but he was caught at McDonald's by a lady who recognized him by his eyebrows. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. So then, now mind you, this guy is now being dubbed the hero of healthcare. Pennsylvania said that they had to put him in isolation for his safety. Why are you isolating him? He the safest man in America right now. He could have been in Gym Pop. Ain't nobody gonna take this man out. If anything, he getting all the commissary noodles and everything else. Everybody loves this man right now, whether you agree with what he did or not. His life is about the safest it would have ever been if he was in Gym Pop. He didn't need to be isolated unless he ain't gonna be in Gym Pop for much, or in isolation for much longer. Cause it just all seems suspect. Why are you isolating him from everybody? Why? Why? He can't unalive this guy. So why is he in Gym Pop? He has no background to say that he gonna just start macheting and taking out people if you mix him in with the regular population. This man has no history of suicide to where if you put him in general pop, he would off himself. So why are y'all hiding him? I honestly don't believe this young man is going to make it back to New York. I don't. I'm gonna be the first. He ain't gonna make it back to New York. That man will never stand one day of trial because I think there's an okey doke happening. This was a almost, and I watch every CIA, FBI show to come on, and FBI couldn't even do this better than what it was done. And somehow a McDonald's employee takes him out. I think something is about to go down. My personal opinion, I think that United Healthcare CEO was about to blow the whistle on somebody. I think when he had that investors meeting or whatever he was going to that day, he was about to blow the whistle on a bunch of stuff that he probably had a change of heart because they said he was going through a divorce. They said he might have been in a midlife crisis. Who knows? But I think he had another game plan in there, and somebody needed to shut him up because the story is not making sense. Like I said, Luigi was smart all the way to the end, where he had so many places to go. Because granted, for the first 12 hours, nobody knew who he was. He could have jumped on a flight. He could have been anywhere right now. 8,000. Have you ever been to Panama with $8,000? He living for a year. He ain't got to come back here for a year. Have you ever been to these smaller countries that it only costs a couple of $100s a month to live? He could have been sitting pretty. But yet, he gets busted in the Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's, where every McDonald's I have ever been to, and I worked for McDonald's from age 16 to 19, ain't nobody checking that lobby. Nobody feels comfortable eating in that lobby. So, we can't even get napkins out there. You don't even talk about it when you had a self-serving Coke or Pepsi or Coke machines out there. They look horrible because nobody checks that lobby like that. But all of a sudden, he winds up in the one McDonald's where they lobby checking. And now all of a sudden, that lady don't work there no more. She don't work there no more. She been put on a leave of absence. Now they saying she ain't gonna get the reward. She ain't gonna get the reward because she's a plant. She was a plant. She probably was hired and fired this week at McDonald's. Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. That's all I ask.